Hello, how is everyone today? Glad to you. So we are back with Dark Knight. We are going to continue Junora's route to get one of the two bad endings. So yeah, without further ado, let's just switch and go. I give a cheerful. Oh yeah, right about this. I forgot where we were until I opened this and remember it. So Razumi made us think that she had asked Junuru to the ball, but seems like she did not, or at least he did not understand that she was asking him to the ball. So because of that, we accepted going with Blaze. However, now Junuru is asking us because he saw that we were excited about that, and because I'm trying to get the bad ending. I didn't explain the situation. So I said, sure. So at 7 p.m. On the ball day, both Renuru and Blaze will be waiting for us to take us to the ball, and we'll be just there. Like, yeah, about that. I'm sorry, guys. This happened. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna have second-hand embarrassment. I give a cheerful nod before the two of us part ways. I only managed to wake up at 11 a.m. I was so tired that I even slept through my normal alarm. After devouring breakfast, I consider my plans for the rest of the day. Alright, I don't have a dress for the ball yet. Actually, what is the dress code for it? I decide to spend a few minutes perusing my mother's closet before jumping straight into a new purchase. Luckily, I find a cute, frilly dress with a nice shade of midnight blue. I cannot remember ever seeing Mom wearing it. What with her overall simple style of clothing, I'm surprised that she even owns something like this. I try the dress on and look in the mirror. Surprisingly, it fits me well. Hopefully, this is fancy enough for a ball. I still need a suitable footwear. And I also need to do my hair. I spend the rest of the day searching for matching accessories and browsing fashion magazines. This is the first time I ever been so excited about a party. So I want to look my best. It will be so fun going to the ball with you and Blaze. I said I'd go with both of them, didn't I? Oh my. My imagination runs wild with visions of what might happen if Blaze still comes over like he had planned. I know Junior doesn't like Blaze, but I'm not sure about the opposite. If I had his phone number, I could call and cancel, but I push my worries aside and continue my preparations. Oh. Oh, the ball came too soon. Once I'm pleased with my presentation, I wait in front of my house, giddy with both excitement and nervousness. A few minutes later, a small coach comes down the road, with Junior sitting front and center, reins in hand. As if the show is not baffling enough already, the coach is not being pulled by a horse, like one might assume, but to deer. I have no words. What in the world is going on? The driver steps off his vehicle and gives me a deep bow. May I offer the fair lady a ride to the ball? I reply with a grin so large it hurts my jaw. This is already so cheesy, and his line is only making it worse. I'm trying to be happy for her and proud and everything, but I keep thinking about Blaze is going to appear and this is going to be something to explain. Taking a closer look at the gorgeous, elaborated suit he's wearing, It feels as if I am part of the fairy tale. This man is surely my prince, here to whisk me away in his carriage. I apologize for the silly display, but I could not rent any horses on such short notice. You could not rent horses. Somehow you were able to find deer. How the hell were you able to find and domesticate deers? Not at all. It's unique and strangely fashionable. And anyway, I thought you were going to walk to we were going to walk to school. So this is a pleasant surprise. I'm glad to hear that, Miss Iviana. Please allow me to help you. Is Blaze going to appear? Is Blaze going to appear at any moment? Please tell me so, because I don't know how to feel about this. Is Blaze going to appear with Razumi? Because Razumi was like, oh, I was so lucky. I was able to be the first one to invite Junuru. So he said, so I'm going with Junuru to the ball. And she literally forced us walking into a Blaze because, like, she was like, oh, you two don't have a pair. Why don't you just go with each other? Blah, blah, blah. It's better than not going with anyone because you can't go, blah, blah, blah. And Junuru was literally like, he had no clue Razumi had asked him to out for the ball. So I'm wondering, how was he and Razumi supposed to meet? Like, did Razumi be like, oh, let's meet at the ball or something? Or is she just going to follow him and or just come or just go with Blaze? Like, yes, because it's gonna be embarrassing as soon as Blaze appears. But there is also the Razumi question. How is it going to be with her? He reaches out his hand for me to steady myself as I climb into the front seat. I am halfway up by the time I hear footsteps approaching us, a certain ring of loneliness to them. I feel my stomach drop, but I gather the courage to turn my head. In the distance, I see Blaze dressed in a clean suit with a dark but fancy coat over it. Junuru soon follows my gaze. Oh, I just dressed it like he's to school. What the fuck? Disappointing. May I ask, what are you doing here, Blaze? That's my question. The men stare at each other in deafening silence, heat rising up to my cheeks as I spectate. Even so, I know I need to step in. We are like, if we had a place to dig, we would. Why don't we go as a group of three? Since we're all here and Blaze and Junior simultaneously glance at me, and I expect the worst. But for some reason, Junior agrees to the proposal almost instantly. Blaze initially refuses, but we pursued him to join us in the coach by pointing out that he might find someone else without a partner at the school's entrance. Oh, I feel so bad for Blaze. This is not. I feel so bad for Blaze. Shinoru goes back to the driver's seat while Blaze and I step inside the carriage. I try to diffuse the awkward atmosphere by starting a conversation. I'm glad you showed up, after all, Blaze. Right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for things to... It's okay. He stares out the window, seemingly unaffected by my excuses. I cannot even begin to guess what is on his mind. Do you dislike him? Wait, did I say him or me? Do you dislike me? Why would I? Even before this, it kind of seemed that way. I apologize if I'm wrong though. I just have a natural view of you. A neutral view of you. Dislike is a strong word. I'm not obligated to like everyone by default. I understand this point of view, but it wouldn't hurt him to throw out a bit of kindness, even if it's fake. As soon as we arrive, Bliss jumps out of the carriage and heads straight towards the school building. Junuru, on the other hand, treats me like a princess. He takes my hand and leads me to the entrance, where a few volunteers are taking attendance. It takes a bit of convincing, but the volunteers eventually allow Blaze to come with us as an exception. While Junuru and I head to the makeshift ballroom, our banded friend wordlessly goes off in a different direction. Even so, I'm a bit disappointed. I'm glad that Junuru, at least, is still by my side. The two of us enter a large room that is decorated with antique furniture from end to end. Soft lighting is accentuating the scene. Some girls are wearing grand, elegant dresses with layers upon layers of frills and lace, while others are clad in long gowns of shimmering silk. Even all the boys have made a point to dress in suits. The space is filled with far more people than I saw at the night class. In fact, although the crowd is large enough to match the school's entire student body, I do not recognize a single face.
Ay!
Um, okay. Nothing broke, I hope. Where was it? Within seconds, dozens of boys asked me, "Huh? Where did this all come from?" Within seconds, dozens of boys asked me to dance with them. As much as I want to say stay by Junoru's side, however, I know it would be rude to decline all of their Girl! No! I would hate to deprive such a stunning lady of the opportunity to enjoy herself. Do not worry about me, Miss Viviana. Dance with whoever you wish. The night is still young. My date's flattering word warms my chest. I get the feeling they would not be so impactful if anyone else had spoken them. I humor a few dance partners before I need to take a break. Walking through the crowd of unfamiliar faces, I cannot help but feel uneasy. Thankfully, I soon noticed Jay standing against the wall, watching the other attendees enjoy themselves. He's wearing an outfit similar to Blaze, but with a lighter color scheme. I beam and give him a swift wave before heading over. Ah, I didn't expect to see you here. Are you having fun? Yeah. What are you about? What about you? Shouldn't you be dancing with your partner? Jace chuckles at my question before shaking his head. Nope, I actually snuck in alone. But don't tell anyone, okay? Dancing isn't my cup of tea. I prefer to watch others do all the hard work. As I lean beside him against the wall, he asks where my date is. Well, I came here with Junur, but I got sidetracked and lost sight of him. Anyway, why did you come to a party you knew you wouldn't have fun at? Never said I come for my own enjoyment, did I? Why then? To watch others have fun. Right, that sounds very credible. Jace laughs and turns to me. You're more perceptive than you appear, Vivian. More like it was obvious. Nobody would enjoy standing alone in a corner all night while everyone else enjoy themselves. You never know. So you came here with Juju, right? Why do you all call him Juju? Junoro? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to call him Juju. We were good friends a long time, so... Were? It's all in the past. It's nothing like he used it. It's nothing like he used it to be. Wait, were Blaze and Jace also humans? That's like from the same time as Kurato, Kaishi, Roy, and Junuru? Were they all from the same time? And because like things happen and that they become Hell's Gatekeepers? Hi Satari, how are you? It's all in the past. It's nothing like he used to be. What do you mean? Don't tell me you don't like him either. Either? You mean my brother? Well, Blaze doesn't like anyone. I pictured Nora's gentle, innocent smile in my mind. I cannot imagine how anyone could ever dislike him. Although he is quiet and reserved at first. Once you get to know him, he becomes warm and sweet. I I have been busy too, not with writing, but I've been busy too. But I hope that at least you are having fun. Hi Crimson, how are you? And I'm not sipping. I'm not matcha. Not matcha. I'm not mocha. Well, matcha too. Matcha was sipping over Shane the other time. You used to be friends with Drew, huh? Could you tell me about your past? I give Jace puppy dog eyes, but he only pinches my cheeks, doing his best to hold in his laughter at the side of my distorted face. I'm doing okay too. Ow, I don't like these, Jace. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. You look at funny in a cute way. Anyway, let's go somewhere quiet, where nobody will hear us. I want to point out that no one can hear us where we are, but the bandaged man walks on ahead. We stop at a small balcony that oversees the entire schoolyard. Jace sits on the railing and gestures for me to come closer. So, what do you want to hear about my past with Jojo? Just out of curiosity. His right eyes meet mine. For a second, I think they glow, but then he bows his head, causing his bangs to cover them. Not sure I should tell you any of this, but whatever. This brings back so many memories. Where should I start? Jess scratches his head and peers up at the starry sky before telling me a story. Blaze and I first met in Noretti's mansion. I'm sure the balls bounced this way. Come here, bro. The two little boys crawled their way through the bush and found themselves in an unfamiliar garden. I don't think we should be here. Right when Blaze went to pull his brother closer, another child walked over with the ball they had lost. Hi, are you looking for this? Little Junior smiled innocently as he handed over the toy. Oh, are you the son of the rich people who live here? We are not rich. It is just a big house. Jace stared at Junior in awe before taking the boy's hand between his own with an excited expression. Want to come play with us? You idiot, we shouldn't. I'm not allowed to wander off. My parents would get worried. Not even for a tiny, tiny bit? Well, okay. It is only for a short while. The three children snuck off to the nearby playground. By the way, what's your name, rich kid? You can call me Junuro, or Ju for short. I am not rich, but Mommy and Daddy are. I'm Jace, and this is my brother, Blaze. Why does he look so angry? Does he dislike me? No, his face always looks like that. I'm not hungry, you bunny-head. Blaze averted his gaze and crossed his arms. Bunhead? Ignore my stupid brother. Let's be friends, Drew. Drew hesitated for a minute, but then smiled weakly. I've never played games with anyone on my own age before. I'll be glad to become friends with you. The boy bowed politely, but Chase took the opportunity to headbutt him. Drew rubbed his head, frowning in surprise. Don't be formal with your friends, okay? We're equals. Oh, you sure are strong, Jace. Jace pulled Blaze closer to himself before forcing his brother to shake hands with Junuro. Now, you're both friends too. Whatever. Blaze slowly shook the other boy's hand while Alf turned away. In the following days, the twins often went to play with Junuro. They had fun, and their friendship grew stronger. Why do you two always wear bandage? Well, it looks ugly if we don't. I want to see. I do not think you two are ugly. Blaze shook his head and waved his hands. Everyone has their secrets. I'm sure you do too, Bunhead. But if I tell you my secrets, it will not be a secret anymore, will it? Both twins nodded their heads. Junuro still did not know why, but decided to copy them. Their friendship remained unchanged, despite both parties knowingly hiding things from one another. Okay, so at this point, they met as kids. So yes, they meet in the past while Taishi might or might not still be alive, and Kurato is still around, and everything around that time. And back then, Jace and Blaze were just little kids, but they were already from hell. Junuro is... I don't know quite yet because of... Roya was a kid and he already had things going on with magic, so maybe related to that. One day, little Blaze visited the mansion without bringing his brother. Jace couldn't come today because he has fever. Oh, I hope he gets better soon. Shall we play together instead? The usual games were less fun with only the two of them. Wait, now that I think about it, Roy and Junuro disappeared for some time. When they were kids, does that mean that when they disappeared as kids, it was when they died and become zombies? And by this time, Junuro is already a zombie? The usual games were less fun with only the two of them. The boy leaned against a tree, tired from playing, when all of a sudden Junuro's expression grew serious. Hey Blaze, if there is a family everyone hates, does that mean they are bad people? Only if that family did bad things. If they have not, does it mean the people who hate them are bad instead? Blaze scratched his head before finally shrugging. I don't know. Why? Oh, it is just a random question. After a moment, Junuro invited his friend to his home. Blaze had never been to a mansion before, so he was excited. Wow, this place looks so awesome. I hope I can live in a place like this someday too. Oh, since when have you ever bought a classmate home, Juju? An unfamiliar boy stepped out of the shadows and examined the guest. Do not give me weird nicknames, Roya. This is Blaze, and this is my friend, not a classmate. You aren't allowed to hang out around with those delinquents. Blaze began to raise his fist at Raya, but Junur stopped him in time. Oh, and he's violent. Do you even know who I am? Juju, you shouldn't hang around with someone like him. Status doesn't matter. Everyone is equal. Watch your mouth, you. Stop it! Let's go play somewhere else, Blaze. The boy pulled his friend away by the sleeve, the two of them heading to the garden. Hi, Matcha, how are you? We don't talk about my sleep schedule. What I told you is only for next month, but yeah. I'm sorry about my brother. He's going to be the next head to the family, so he's a little spoiled. I try to stream every week, so yes. We'll see how it's gonna go, but yeah. I'm sorry too. I don't like bossy people, but I shouldn't have tried to start a fight. The sadness shimmered in the child's eyes as his head dropped. I think we're too different, Drew. What do you mean? I don't want to cause any more trouble for you. I don't think we should keep playing together. Shinobu seemed like he was going to cry, so in response, Blaze ripped off a piece of his bandage and handed it to him. This is this is proof we'll always be friends, no matter what happens. Oh. Wait! What if Drew keeps Blaze's bandage? With that, the boy ran off towards his home to tell his twin what had happened. We won't stay together for long. Besides, it's our job to guard the gates of heaven and hell. We shouldn't emotionally tie ourselves to others. I hate this job, Dan. He was our first friend. The two boys eventually grew into young men, although their bodies never aged past that point. 100 years passed, and the twins never saw Junuro again. They assumed he had long since passed away. They carried out their jobs without fail until one strange night. Who's our target this time? And why do we have to come along? Stop whining and hurry up. As they walked down the dark street, they heard noises coming from an alleyway. A month later, a man slowly stumbled out, clearly injured, as a trail of blood followed behind him. When the twins approached him, they realized he looked familiar. The man, barely able to stand, peered at them through his golden eyes. The nostalgia instantly caused Blaze and Jace to recall memories from a distant time. Jace's lips, as if on their own, called out Nuru. In reply, the man surprisingly raised his eyebrows. Blaze? And Jace? Oh, wow. You're looking a lot younger than I would have expected, Kenriji. I could say the same about you. Jace began to land on Nora's shoulder, but Blaze pulled his brother back. Don't help him. He's our target. You're kidding, right, bro? We've seen him move with our own eyes. How can he be dead? What are you two talking about? Junur grabbed his chest and coughed up blood. Even though he was in pain, Bliss showed not an ounce of pity. We only have to kill the living dead. You must have mistaken him for someone else. Don't you think it's weird he appears so young after a century has passed? So, mister, I still look young after 100 years. Why don't you tell us your secret? Again, I could ask you the same question. In any case, if I tell you my secret, it will not be a secret anymore, will it? The words Junro spoke were a direct quote of something he had said to the brothers many years ago. In response, Blaze violently grabbed the man by the collar and glared down at him. No more joking around. We're not kids anymore. Up close, Blaze finally noticed the bandage around Junro's neck. They seemed familiar. In fact, they looked exactly like the ones he had given the man 100 years ago. Bro, don't be so rough with him. He's angry, you know? Blaze slowly released the other man at his brother's behest. Then, in the blink of an eye, Junior took the opportunity to sprint away as best as he could. What the heck? He's running away! Actually, he's doing a pretty good job of it. What with those ones? How pointless. You are being cannibal again, okay. The brothers chased their target and caught up to him within seconds. Blaze grabbed Junro's arm and threw him against the wall before wrapping a hand around his neck. Were you just pretending to be injured to fool us? I was not. Why did he run then? Is your target not supposed to flee? Blaze raised his fist, aiming at Junro, but hit the wall next to his face instead. The sound echoed through the empty street. Junro did not even flinch. Don't answer me with questions. I find it rather ironic that you are ordering me around. I thought you hated that type of person. People change after 100 years. So did I. The dark-haired man smirked when I instantly mustered the force to rip away from Blaze's grip. However, his attacker did not give in peacefully. In the commotion, he tore the bandage of Junro's neck, revealing the stitches holding his head in place. Do you still remember this? Held out a piece of bandage before Blaze, whose eyes widened as he snatched the scrap away. At that moment, Junro swiftly took the chance to escape from Blaze. Jace ran to his brother, who seemed dazed over what had just happened. How did he do that? I can no longer feel any pain. I have no limitations on my body. The man's expression turned cold as he peered down at the brothers. He almost seemed like an entirely different person. He reached up to check that the stitches around his neck weren't damaged before correcting his dislocated joints. A normal person would scream from the pain, but to Junro, it seemed normal. This began to charge at Junro, but Blaze grabbed his brother's arm to stop him. I'm fine, Jace. Let me send this guy to help personally. Blaze stood and removed the bandage wrapped around his arm, his limb morphing into a black metallic claw-like weapon. He dashed through his targets and slashed downwards with his claw. Junro, who was completely unarmed, had no choice but to keep dodging the assaults. Why do you want me to die so badly? You're already dead. I'm only here to send you where you belong. And you brought your brother along so he could watch us fight? One of us is enough to take you down. You are being too cocky to win. But then, as if his own words were a curse, he made a misstep. He dodged Blaze's bandage's fist, but momentarily forgot about the claw, which pierced through his skin and left a deep, bloody gash. With Junro's guard broken, Blaze managed to pin him to the ground. Any last words? The blue-haired man lowered his claw against his former friend's neck and glared at him. However, Even on the cusp of that, Juno managed to smile. Remember the time we spent together like it was yesterday? Those were some of the happiest moments in my life. I thought I'd finally found friends who would accept me. As Blaze peered into Juno's eyes, the same memories flashed through his mind. The time they all played hide and seek together, and even the first day they met and played in Juno's garden. That is, until he killed my parents. Blaze suddenly paused and lowered his weapon. The scene became calm until the assailant's senses returned, and he raised his claw once more. Turner reflectively lifted his arms over his neck like a shield and managed to block the brunt from the attack, the sharp claws looping a single arm off. Wait, that was when we find Junuru on and thought it was Shane. Free from Blaze's hold again, Junuru stood up and tried to reattach his limb, although there was nothing he could do about his ragged clothes. Jay stood glued to the spot in confusion. He saw his former childhood friend approach his brother to speak with him, but could not hear their words. The blue-haired man was frozen in place, and Junuru threw the twins a quick final glance before quickly leaving. Blaze, why did you let him go? Chase placed his hand on his brother's shoulder, but he brushed it away. Blaze was acting weird. The man stood deliberately and walked past the red head, without even glancing at him. Let's go. Jace's story has messed with my emotions. Even though there are several parts I cannot understand. Quite what may have happened to their relationship, I understand the three of them used to be friends. Well, that's all I can tell. I'm having a hard time believing you're all so old. Hey, my mind is still young, so I'm not sure I can say the same about my brother. Jace held his arms behind his head before stretching. Despite his casual, friendly attitude, he seems more mysterious than usual. I don't know much about Jojo anymore. That was the last time we actually spoke. Why didn't we try to reconnect? Because he hurt my brother, and I can't forgive him for that. You used to be friends though, didn't you? That's true, but Blaze clearly isn't ready for anything like this. You haven't seen the pain in his eyes. Sometimes, on bad days, it seems like he's about to break down. Anyway, I can understand why Junura hates us, though it's not like it's unjustified either. I pursed my lips. It is difficult to believe the three of them share such a heavy past. Tried to suppress my thoughts and focus on something else. By the way, did you say you look ugly without those bandages? What was that illness you mentioned a lie? You're a sharp one, but that's not quite it. We're ugly because of the illness we have. May I see what's under your bandage? No. But I'm really curious now. I just want to grab a pair of scissors and snip away. Jace laughed amusedly before bowing a bit towards me, his face resting close to mine. Oh, you naughty girl. Wanting to... No! No! Wanting to strip a man in a public place. Are you sure you won't regret it? Of course. I would never call you ugly, Jace. For some reason, I blushed at my own words, but I managed to make a confident expression. Jace slowly begins to unravel the bandage around his chin, and I hold my breath as I wait to catch a glimpse of his face. I gasp in surprise when I see the large cuts which runs from the corners of his mouth to his cheeks. Although the ones have been stitched close, the injuries appear fresh. Did it scare you? No, not at all. Anything. I kinda want to cry. It looks like it really hurts. right? Well, that's a first. Sadly, those, as well as other cuts on my body, are permanent. The man swiftly wraps the bandages back on before speaking. What? Your whole body is like that? What happened to you? Who would do such a thing? Being the warden of Hell's Gate isn't an awesome job, you know? People will try to use you and in some cases torture you. His expression softens as he lets out a deep sigh. I pat his shoulder, trying to comfort him. So, Blaze is the guardian of Hell's Gate? Used to be. We abandoned our positions not too long ago. We still have our abilities and everything, but we're only working for ourselves at the moment. Interesting. So, when you were a guardian, were you sending people to heaven? That's oversimplifying it. But you could say that. We were like lazy Shinigami. Wow, you must have great power then, huh? I can only send the dead, including lost souls, to where they belong, but Blaze has always been called for more jobs than me. Humans are ruthless creatures, you know? It'd be a palate at how often they wish others would go to hell. Anyway, the only reason we have these powers is because we inherit them from our parents. Jace casually shrugs, but I stare at him in woe. It seems the night class is full of all kinds of people, including some who aren't even human. My brother doesn't really want to hurt anyone, but he can only send souls to domination. He suffers enough as it is, so please be patient with him. Alright, I understand why he wants to distance himself from others, but I don't think it will make him any happier. That's his way of protecting himself. Speaking of which, does he have wants like yours too? Nope. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask him about it yourself. Darn it, Chase. It's hard to get his attention when he dislikes me already. Not everything in life's free, Diviana. Put in some work and reap the rewards. The redhead chuckles before heading back to into the ballroom. I follow after him, but bump into someone partway. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. I raised my chin to find myself gazing at Blaze. Speaking of the devil, I became flustered and worried that he will insult me, but ignored me before approaching his twin and whispering something to him. Oh, really? Jay scratches his head before appearing at me with a smile. We'll be stepping out now. Enjoy the ball, Diviana. The brothers live together, as suspicious as it is. I leave them be, instead deciding to search for Nuru. Just like before, he's nowhere to be found. I sit myself on a nearby chair and sigh. Now that I think about it, I do not truly know anything about Nuru's past. It is a mystery even to his childhood friends. They promised we'd dance together before the night ended, but I don't know where he might have gone. I began to step out for a breath of fresh air, hoping Nuru thought to do the same. However, while searching for the balcony, I became lost. The sound gives me goosebumps all over my body. Even though I know what it is, I turn around. I notice a shadow in the distance. Oh no. Have they even reached the school grounds? Totally forgot about these zombies while I was enjoying the ball. I should let Nuru know about this. Begin running away. Luckily, the zombies slow, so I have time. Before I reach the main hall, I find Nuru. Miss Ivana, are you okay? Yeah, but look over there. He stands next to me, his gaze fixed darkly on the body that is moving closer to us slowly. I'm glad I was able to arrive in time. What are we supposed to do with that? Believe it got lost. The zombies normally do not enter buildings. Please stay back. Let me. Blaze and Jace appear on the scene. Ah, thank you for luring out our target. Target? Guys were looking for that? Not specifically. We heard a few rumors about a scary person wandering around the building, and thought we'd see if it was true or not. Other brothers walked past us, placed glasses at Turnuru for a second. Let us take care of it. Once the twins are out of sight, my friend lets his head drop. I'm sorry I could not do anything for you, Miss Iviana. If only I were. That's not true. You come to my rescue in the nick of time. If you hadn't been here, I would have died of fright. Juno smiles faintly, but I can see the uneasiness in his eyes. He mumbles something to himself. I should try it with a cure. What? It's nothing. Perhaps we should head home now. Alright then, it's getting late. I nod, and the two of us head back to the carriage. I sit next to Drew in the front seat, so it is easier for us to talk. Would you mind if I stopped at my house for a bit? Sure. Although I want to ask about what happened between Trunor and Blaze. Do not want to accidentally ruin the mood. I'm sorry our evening did not quite turn out as expected. Weird things like that always seem to happen to me at the worst times. I had wanted to spend time with you, but you disappeared. Oh, sorry, I stepped out for fresh air because I was getting warm in there. Come to think of it, I danced with a lot of guys tonight, but the only one I really wanted to dance with was nowhere to be found. After we reach the mansion, we head into the backyard where small lanterns are lit along the pathway, giving us barely enough light to see the ground. Before he says anything, I ask for a dance. I slowly place my hand on top of his, blushing all the while. To be honest, I'm not much of a dancer. Bruno places his index finger in front of my lips, silencing me, before taking my free hand and resting it on his shoulder. Eventually guides me through a waltz and then another classic ballroom dance. I try to hide my nervousness with a smile. Our movements feel strangely natural. As we step around the yard, with Nuru leading the way, I feel so much more confident about my dancing. I'm sorry we did not have the chance to dance together at the ball. I realize this does not make it up for it, however. There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just glad we can spend time together now. I'm too. You look absolutely stunning in that dress, Miss Iviana. And watching you move so elegantly is a sight to behold. My friends were... I can't with Miss Iviana, my friend. You know when Adrian is like, Marinette is just a friend. Is what these two are giving me. My friend's words make me speechless. He knows how to pull at my heartstrings. While we dance together in the moonlight, fireflies move around us, making the scene seem even more beautiful and romantic than the ballroom at a school. When we gaze into each other's eyes, I instantly realize that I like Chunuru as more than a friend. Finally! My heart beats rapidly, but I try to stay calm. Miss Diviana. His face turns serious as I move a little slower. The sudden change makes me nervous, my mind racing with worry. Should I say this? I believe we should spend less time together. I blink innocently, wondering where this is coming from. So much has happened over the past few days, and I have only dragged you into my mess. In fact, I'm sure the zombie-like claims earlier went after you because of my scent. In other words, you think I'll be safer that way? Indeed, Miss Iviana, I like you. I do not wish for you to get hurt because of me. Oh, I'm sure my face is bright red. Are you feeling alright? You are looking feverish. He presses his cold forehead against mine, causing my face to become even redder. I push my head against Junor's shoulder to hide my face, preemptively embarrassed by the words I am about to speak. Miss Diviana? He's also blushing! No matter what you tell me, I won't stay away from you. I'm already involved in this, and there's no way to undo it, so please, let me help you. I don't want to keep standing on the sidelines. I want to learn more about you and hear about your past. I do not think it is anything worth telling. What are you talking about? You're the most interesting person I've ever met. I'll say it again. I want to stay by your side. I want to learn more about you and help you. I understand. Viviana, this is the first time he has ever dropped these formalities with me. My heart feels heavier when he says my name. The silence is deafening, but Junour's arms drop around me. And I am pulled into a strong embrace. With my face still against Junour's jacket, I notice it smells exactly like this garden. It makes sense of flowers and light rainfall. I can sense the conflicting emotions in his touch. There is sadness, confusion, and happiness. It is as if he cannot decide which is correct. Can never understand why he feels the way he does, nor why. And they are so close to spilling out. He's trying to lock those same feelings away. Hi, Taxi. How are you? Taxi? Oh my god. Hi, Tashi. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the work. Why do I do like it's not the first time that I call a taxi by accident. Why do I keep doing it? I need to write something down. I just hydrate, yes. But thank you. Welcome, welcome. I can never understand why I feel like the feelings. Okay, I read that. I quietly stand still for a few moments longer, neither of us speaking words until we finally part. It is getting late. I should bring you home. Alright, I still have to get up for class in the morning, don't I? I'm sure I'll be I'll be able to wake up in time though. But do not worry, I will handle things with demonstration for you. Alright, but I feel bad about skipping so many days lately. I can help you catch up on everything you have missed. I thought you only went to class at night. Incidentally, I have read every textbook available at the school as a result of having too much free time. Oh wow, you must be super smart, Drew. You think? You think? Not as much as you would expect. I walk next to Juno on the way home. Absent-mindedly, I gaze at the starry sky. Another night has felt as eventful like this one. Have you ever encountered any other living dead? You mean ones like you? Not quite, as far as I know. Aside from my brother, I'm the only other one who was created artificially. The rest are ranked by their stage of decomposition. Wait, there are ranked? Indeed. I call the lowest rank the soulless. They're quite literally moving bags of rotten meat and are quite harmless. The rank above them are called the brainless. They are more dangerous because they will attack you purely on instinct. Second rank are the fake. They are living dead who look and act like normal humans, but secretly feed upon them. They are the most dangerous since you cannot predict their actions. Shinuri gives a heavy sigh. He must have encountered a lot of living dead to have gone to the trouble of classifying them. Roy wanted me to avoid those sorts. He was worried the state of my body would only worsen since I refused to heal in conventionally. That sounds like a good call on his part. So that leaves first rank. What are they? Well, that would be who do not compose, and they're otherwise the same as the fakes. Not quite. They sometimes obtain special abilities. Are you classified as one too? I suppose so. Yes. I don't know much about your abilities. He gives me a weak smile and nods. Yes, although they're unbelievably useless. That only makes me curious. I will tell you about them tomorrow, okay? Fine. After escorting me home, Junior slowly raises his hand and brushes my bangs away, planting a kiss on my forehead. I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight, Miss Viviana. I freeze, gawking speechless at nothing in particular until he is out of sight. He kissed me. I touched the spot he pressed his lips against, still feeling the coldness of his lips there. I shouldn't be laughing, I should be like, oh, but I don't know why. I think I know, because normally on books you read like the warm spot where his lips were pressing or something like that. But because he's dead, his body is like cold as ice. So it's like the cold spot where he's kissing someone there. Doesn't it mean they only like you as a friend? Barely are reading too much into it. I need to calm down before I read too far into it. Yes? In the morning, I end up accidentally skipping school when I sleep through my alarm. I only hope my absence does not worry Koyoryoji. After eating lunch, I head straight to Juno's place. I instantly notice that the chains on the front door have been removed, presumably because they are no longer needed. I crazily knock on the door. A few seconds later, Juno opens it to greet me with a smile. Ah, did you not feel like using the secret password today? Well, since you got rid of those chains, I thought you might prefer that I came in this way. You are free to use whichever way you prefer. I followed Junro into the living room, where I noticed several photo albums have been opened and spread across the coffee table. I randomly picked one up and began perusing the photos. Wow, is that little you? You're adorable. The man appears flustered as he takes the album from my hands to check which photo I have seen. Oh, yes, that is me. Your face is pretty red, you know. Are you hiding something from me? No, what is there to hide? I bet there are some super embarrassing pictures of you in there. The man silently takes a seat on the couch before sorting through a few loose photos scattered over the table. If you don't mind, I'd like to see the rest. I take a seat and gaze at him with sparkling eyes. In reply, he turns away, trying to avoid my gaze. I tug at his sleeve, forcing him to look at me. I strike once more. Please? It is embarrassing. If I had known you were going to visit so soon, I would have not brought the albums out. What? I'd like to learn more about you. What embarrassing moments are as good as other ones, as far as I'm concerned? Even so, there is nothing interesting here. Although I'm disappointed, I realize I should not force Runuru to do anything. Digging up memories can be painful, especially when they are about a disease. Before I can apologize, Junoro moves closer to me and begins to lift the cover of the album in his hands. I blink in confusion. On second thought, perhaps it would be nice to share my memories with you. It has been quite a burden keeping everything to myself. I mean, if you want to, then. He shakes his head slightly and smiles. These memories should not be locked away, especially not my time with Roy. You didn't meet him after all. Viviana, shall we start over? I wish to share my story with you. I'm shocked to say the least, but I managed to not. Before Junior continues with the story, he serves me tea. You might like an appetizer, as this will take a while. As you already know, Roy and I were born to the Kariji family. I do try to keep it idle, however, as the name evokes certain reactions. You have read about my family in your history books, as have most of the other villagers. It is to expect it. Which reminds me, if your whole family was supposed to have died forever ago, how are you here? It is complicated, but I was in a slumber for around a century. It has not been long since I woke up. The village did not change as much as I expected. Where should I start? It feels as if everything happened only yesterday. Trinora flips open the album and begins his story from the first photograph. Roy, where are you? He's so cute. I run through the hallway, searching for my brother. Even though I told him I gave up on our game of hide and seek, he still had not come out. A room with large doors caught my attention, so I walked inside and yelled for my brother. A small wooden box piqued my interest. Rather, the fact it was sealed behind a glass door reinforced by several heavy locks. What could be inside? When I reached out to touch the glass, I heard my brother call out to me. That's a family heirloom, don't touch it. Oh, I forgot how Roya was like, ugh. Oh, Roya, do not scare me like that. Why is it in a storage room? It's called being hidden in plain sight, you know? Nobody told me about this. When you're older, I'll tell you all sorts of cool things. Roy grabbed my hand and squeezed it as he pulled me along. Where are Mommy and Daddy? They worked late last night, so they're resting. Ah, they have been really busy lately. I felt disappointed as I recalled the times we had spent together as a family in the past. I hope they can play with us again soon. You should go to sleep, little bro. I do not want to. Why are you always so difficult about this, huh? No wonder Mom has a hard time with you. You never want to sleep. How about this? Since you couldn't find me in hide and seek, I'll play tag for a little while. We'll play tag. You'll be it, and we'll let you only use the second floor. Easy, right? Okay. I ramped through the halls until I started to become tired. In the end, I never was able to catch Roya. It did not pass up the opportunity to tease me about it either. He finally managed to get me tucked into bed, and I swiftly fell asleep. In the middle of the night, I woke up to a strange noise. It sounded as if someone was knocking on the window, but my room was on the third floor. I crawled out of bed and pushed the curtains aside, where I found a note stuck to the outside of my window. I was frightened, but I retrieved and opened the letter. The handwriting was messy, but its message was clear enough. Mr. and Mrs. Canarigi, you have 1 week to leave this village. If you do not, the death of you and your sons will be assured. My hands shook in fear while I stared at the paper. What is going on? Why would anyone threaten me and Daddy? I assumed the letter had been accidentally sent to me instead of my parents, but I could not bring myself to give it to them. I feared it would only make the situation worse. In the morning, I ate breakfast with my family in the dining room, as I always did. The atmosphere was quieter than usual, and I could not bring myself to meet my parents' eyes. Okay, so as I thought, their parents are important. Why? Just like Cleotis' father, they appeared. They have an actual appearance. She looks pretty though. Mommy, are there people who hate us? Yes, but there will always be people like that, dear. Why the sudden question? It is nothing. Did something happen at school? Oh! I feel like I need to send this to the friend group. I feel like I need to send this to a friend group. Um, do not pay attention to the bullies, son. Even if you live your life without making a single mistake, someone will find a reason to dislike you. Moreover, it is important that you always be kind to those close to you. Your friends will help you get through life. Although I did not understand what my father said, his words felt reassuring. Mother reached out to gently caress my cheek, giving me a soft smile. If there is ever anything bothering you, Junoro, we are here to listen to you. Daddy, when are you going to take a holiday? Yeah, it's been ages since we went on a trip. We went to see the circus just last month, didn't we, children? And what about a hike through the forest? But that was last month. I want to go somewhere now. In due time, my son. Your mother and I are busy with important research, and you two still need to focus on your schoolwork. We will take a trip over the next holiday, okay? Okay, Daddy. Roy was still moody and unsatisfied like he always was when things did not go the way he wanted them to. Mother patted him on the head and poured him another cup of tea. Daddy promised we would go on a trip another time. Don't be such a baby. Who's a baby, you walking potato? uh, oh my god, I almost fell. Daddy? Right, be nice to Junuru. He's your only sibling. Can't you give me another sibling? Is a sibling god. Can't you give me another sibling instead? A less annoying one. And then the parents were like, that's not how it works. Mother and father stared at each other for a long moment. Finally, father blushed and took a sip of his tea. Mother to respond. They were staring at each other like, so do we give him another sibling? Do we make another kid? Um, how do we respond to him right now? I guess I will leave this to you, my love. Please, where is mother? Give him a response. I love you, bury you. Please, no, no. I just saw Nomi's reaction. It was exactly what I expected from Nomi's. You can predict how your new brother will act. Besides, I think he'd rather give you a little sister to take care of. I don't want to take care of anyone else. Can't you give us an older brother? This was Nomi. Nomi was like, Mother, father, give me an older brother. I don't want a younger one. Nope, sorry. Fate has already decided you're the oldest. Well, that doesn't mean Drew can't take care of you instead, right? I picked at Roy with an innocent expression, but he stuck his tongue out and turned it away from me. Until you two make up, neither of you will get dessert. Why me too, mommy? No argument is one-sided, sweetheart. You should be supportive of your brother, okay? I am not sure that is a fair punishment. You know how much Nora loves desserts, my love. That's true. How about this? No desserts for Nuru and no toys for Roya. What? What? I just bought a new bowl. Which is a good reason for you to make up soon. I poked around my plate and sighed. Upon noticing my gloomy face, father discreetly shared a piece of chocolate bread with me, waking before returning to his meal. He rarely disagreed with mother, but I knew he only wanted the best for us. Later that night, I heard my parents conversing in the dining room. I hid near the bottom of the stairs and tried to listen in. Dear, have you been getting enough rest? I cannot fool you, can I? There's no need to rush. Lately, I've been thinking we should focus more on our health and family. The research can come second. I'm already satisfied with the life we've built. I'm concerned that our research will fall into the wrong hands. Our original goal was to create a potion capable of curing all illness. Instead, we have created something that grants immortality. Now, we are finally back on track. We are so close to finding the formula. Shh, I know. We work together, remember? I apologize, honey. I've been so focused on my work lately. Hey, I can tell. Why don't we spend some quality time together like we used to? It's been my pleasure, Miss Anaru. Oh, you. Don't start calling me that again. Can you stop me? Oh, Desm. Save that for later tonight. So that's why. Okay. So that's why Junior is the way he is with us. He took over his father. Father chuckled and Mother mumbled something too quietly for me to hear. Can I check on the children? I'm especially worried about Miro. That child does not like to sleep. Of course, I'll take care of those boys. You can go to the bedroom, and I will join you later. I dashed back to my room and buried my face under the blanket, hoping father would not notice I was awake. You're listening things you should not listen to. When the door opened, my heartbeat quickened, and I nervously clamped my eyes shut. Oh my god, it's so adorable. I hand slowly pulled the blanket down. Juju, I know you are not asleep. I opened my eyes to see father sitting on the edge of my bed. I heard you run up the stairs. Did you eavesdrop on my conversation with your mother? Yes. Smiled gently and stroked my hair. I do not wish to keep any secrets from you, but you are too young to understand our circumstances. Okay, and your circumstances of your work and what happened after that. Someday I will tell you more about our research. Daddy, I will help you, so please do not overwork yourself. If that is what you want to do when you are older, I would be quite happy. Now tell me, why are you still awake? I'm worried about the letter I received. I still cannot fall asleep. Should should I tell about it? My hand. Oh wait, I don't think I read that right. Should I tell Daddy about it? Okay, I read. My hands clutched around the blanket. Suddenly, Father disturbed my thoughts with a question. Do you want to hear a story? It is called The Single Dark Light. What is it about? The guardian watches over this very village. They reside in a temple deep in the forest. The guardian keeps away all the evil spirits that may haunt our dreams. If you are lucky, you may even see this entity in your dreams as it works to keep the nightmares away. What does it look like? You'll have to find out when you meet them. I will go to sleep right away then. That is my boy. Father smiled and gently caressed my cheek before planting a kiss on my forehead. As he left, I pulled up my blanket. It was not long before I fell into a deep slumber. The next 2 weeks passed peacefully, until I found another letter at the front door. There was no return address, but Enrique was neatly written on the center of the envelope. Curious, I opened it and took out the old-looking piece of paper. Instantly recognized the handwriting as matching the contents of the letter from the last time. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Carnegie, if you care for your children's safety, you will leave this village by midnight. This is your final warning. I hurried to his room and impatiently banged on the door, hoping he would know what to do. Yeah, coming. My brother greeted me with a sleepy expression, in the bad case of bad head. Bad head, bad hair. Okay. Look what I found. I pushed the note into his hands and waited until he finished reading it. So, what's the big deal? He shrugged as he received death threats as a normal thing. They don't understand. Someone is blackmailing our parents. God, those jealous fools this all the time. There's no point in worrying about it. Besides, we can break into a mansion that has dozens of guardians patrolling the grounds, day and night. Bridget, you're overreacting. You knew about this the entire time? Roya tore the note into pieces and patted my head, smiling softly. Before you were born, someone tried to kidnap me as kindergartner. It's why we don't go to public school. Why are people doing this to us? Someone will always hate you where you're well known. But there is also the fact that we have something nobody else does. We have a potion that makes you immortal, and everyone wants to steal it from us. I gave Roy a confused stare and shook my head in disbelief. You'll understand when you're older. From now, just ignore those flies. I sighed as my head dropped. Suddenly, I wanted to escape from my worries. So I snuck outside to find my new playmates, Jason Blaze. That night, I could not fall asleep. I had just lost my first and only friends. Dad told me that our statuses were too different. Who cares about status as long as you get along with one another? Or did they start to hate my family too? I don't understand. Police did not say that Police did you not say that status did not matter? I wish I could speak to Chase. I could not have agreed with this. I rubbed my face and stopped sulking. Things had simply returned to the status quo. Family's overprotectiveness has always kept me isolated. The noise of something shattering resounded from the hallway. I jumped out of bed, trying to figure out what was going on, and my mother rushed into the room with her face all covered by a scar. She quickly shut the door and dashed over to me, embracing me with a sigh of relief. Mommy, what is going on? I'm so glad you're okay, Drew. Where are Daddy and Roya? Roya is safe, and your father will follow us later. She pulled a familiar-looking bottle out of her pocket and opened it. Shinra, if something bad happens, don't look for your father or me, okay? I was confused, but nodded nonetheless. Mother forced the bottle into my hands and wrapped my fingers around it. Please, keep this safe. Don't let anyone else have it. Drew, I love you. She held me one last time, shakes dumped from tears, before helping me hide under the bed. No matter what you see or hear, don't come out. Don't make a sound. Barely a moment later, a door slammed open. I caught a glance of one boy with bandages covering his mouth and a number of adults with their faces covered. I don't have it. Chasing me is a waste of your time. On the contrary, thinking your life is of equal value to us. I'm not afraid of you. One person charged at her, grabbed the opponent's arm, and as they were confused, she threw them against the wall. The enemy was surprised but did not lose their focus. The leader of the men mentioned her mother. In a few short moments, they had her restrained against a wall. She continued struggling, but there was no way out of the grasp of three armed men. Chase, who had been lurking behind the adults, simply moved the bandage from his right arm and charged towards my mother. What? Huh? With her guard down, the masked people pinned her to the ground, creating a barricade. I could not even see light through. Saber once more. What are you forcing a child to do? I'm sorry. This will be over quick. Desam! Nuru! Roya! I love you! The room was silent for a good minute until the adults stood up. Although they promptly left the room, Jay stayed behind. I could barely prevent myself from gasping when I saw the pool of blood my mother was lying within. Silently, Jace glanced in my direction and walked closer to the bed. Hey, I know you are there. You are here. I let out a scream and crawled out from under the bed, running towards my mother's body to try to wake her up. With my mother's cold hand in mine, causing my vision to blur and tears welled up in my eyes. She's no longer with us. There is no point in doing that. I made sure she peacefully passed on to heaven. You know, I'm not doing this because I want to. Hey, I need that bottle you're holding. Give it here. When Jace reached out towards me, I crawled backwards. What do you need it for? Are you going to give it to those people? Well, I uncorked the bottle and pressed the rim against my lips, tilting it upwards. A sweet liquid began to fill my mouth. You eat it. Do you know what you're doing? Promise Mommy that I would not let you people get it. As I ran into the hallway, I smelled something strange. With a few breaths, I became dizzy. I swiftly realized some sort of gas had been released into the house. I covered my mouth and nose with my sleeves before continuing through the seemingly empty second floor. Where is everyone? There should be guards patrolling at night too. Daddy, where are you? I grew more desperate with each step, feeling the sickening relief when I finally heard a scream from one of the nearby rooms. That voice. Could it be Daddy? Using the door's cover, I peeked inside the messy room. There were a number of masked people in place. In the center of them was my father, who was pinned to the ground, hip worn down, and there was no way he could escape. Use your power, finish him off. Send this man to hell already. Lord, no, he deserves it. You don't want me to get rough with you, do you? My brother should be here soon. He can. Hurry up! Blaze flinched, but then slowly walked through his father. I never thought you would bring children into this. I cannot believe someone like you was ever on our team. I know what you were planning to do with that Ciruam. You won't convince me to back down. I told you it was a misunderstanding. I'm so close to creating a cure. You only want a produce immortality serum and sell it for a profit. How else could you maintain this glamorous lifestyle? I watched while Blaze stabbed my father. He only lay there, unmoving, without making a single sound. Before I could react, Dells turned around and glanced in my direction, immediately ran away in panic. So, I'm afraid that Kurata's parents might be the ones forcing Blaze and Jace to kill them and misspread information. Because Kurato's parents and Roy's parents worked together, and Roy's and Renu's parents just said that I can't believe we had someone like you in our team. So I'm afraid this. I hope I'm wrong. Before I could react, Adults turned around and glanced in my direction. I immediately ran away in panic. Why is this happening? This cannot be real. It must be a nightmare. My footsteps echoed through the silent hallways. I did not know where I was going or what to do next. All of a sudden, I was knocked into the ground. As my knees hit the ground, I felt a sharp pain in my back. It hurts. I cannot get up. My limbs gave up, and I collapsed onto the floor. I did not have the strength to crawl. Even my eyelids became too heavy to lift. When the feeling in my limbs returned, I slowly opened my eyes. Isn't this Razumi's house? I did not know how much time had passed. Huh? You're still alive? I was sure that. Never mind. Turned my head and noticed a mysterious girl sitting beside me. She wore a large scarf which covered her neck and part of her face. A few strands of pink hair sticking out of the fabric. Razumi doesn't have pink hair, does she? Even though I had never seen her before, a familiar aura surrounded her. I opened my mouth to speak, but my throat was so dry that no sound came out. This is strange. How do you feel? I looked around and realized that I was lying in a bed. I did not know where I was. Through the foggy pain in my head, I managed to recall a few key memories. Some kind of gas. And my parents. I still do not know where Roy is. My eyes instantly became wet. Soon, tears began streaming down my cheeks. Until I tried to bravely wipe them away, continued flowing. The girl bent down and patted me on the head. Don't cry, okay? Everything will be alright. She handed me a bottle of water and gave me a moment to recover. May I know where I am? You're at my place. Feel free to stay as long as you want. Miss, do you know where my brother is? I don't. I'm sorry. I did only I get away safely. I did search for your brother as well, but I couldn't find him. There's a chance he's still alive. I was disappointed, but also relieved that Roy might still have gotten away somehow. You are Junior Kenriji, right? Yes, how did you know? I heard a lot about you from your mother. I didn't expect you to look so much like your father. I pursed my lips together at the remembrance of my parents. The girl gently patted me on the head before speaking in a calmer tone. Well, Junior, I need to give you a checkup. Your body was in a strange state a minute ago. Oh, there is no need. I feel a little lightheaded, but that is all. She sighed and crossed her arms. It took a minute before I finally gave in. After I gave her my arm, she checked my pulse. I knew something was odd. What? Shh, be quiet. I sat frozen to the spot, utterly confused about the situation. Just as I thought, no pulse. She pulled back with a strange expression before turning to me. Did your parents give you something strange to drink or eat? Mommy gave me a bottle of something strange, and I drank it. The girl rubbed her face and sighed loudly. This is bad, huh? The serum she gave you grants immortality or longevity, I guess, but when I found you, I thought you were dead. It's only my theory, but right now, I believe you are frozen in a state between life and death. Does that mean I cannot die? It's difficult to explain to a child. Tell me, please. Well, I've been working with your parents since the beginning, but even I don't really understand how the Ciruam works. As far as I know, you can only die from either being beheaded or having your entire body burned. Wait, I need to... Because first I thought it was Razumi's house, right? But I don't know if it's Razumi or Kurato's house instead, actually. Yeah, I can see her color. But you'd assume Kurato has like a pinkish hair color, right? Because Razumi doesn't. Where is Razumi here? Does um Uh, Let me see if I can Google it. Hmm. I may need to go to my YouTube channel. Ay. Okay, playlist Dark Knights Kurata. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is Kurata. Okay, Roya dying. Uh. Their fights. Ah, here Kratos passed. The kid that died. I like that I was going back to Kurato's past and I just hear my reaction. Oh, who is that boy? Junur. Like my reaction being like, what the hell? Okay, yeah, that's Razumi's house. Once you reach adulthood, your body will most likely stop aging. Like, you'll grow to the point where your DNA would normally begin to break down and then stop. A man with an incurable illness volunteered to do a trial for the serum, but he was murdered before he could finish the research, unfortunately. If I had to cooperate, if I had to cooperate it to anything, I would compare it to anything. It would be a zombie-like state, but without any decomposition. You see, we actually develop a serum directly from a zombie sample. Ugh! The chemical composition that spreads into your blood can kill any living creature. it comes into contact with, but we want to reserve it, turn it into something that can cure any illness. Have I turned into a monster? No, sweetheart. Don't worry. I'll find a way to help you undo this. The girl smiled as she let go of my arm, but I felt uncomfortable. It was difficult to wrap my head around so much information. I've worked to develop the serum with your parents for the past few years. I just don't understand how things went so wrong. Her parents are good people. Were good people. They started their research to find new ways to cure sickness and make people healthier. When the word that they accidentally created immortality potion leaked, even other members of the research team became greedy and wanted to steal it. That explains why our house was attacked, but not how Blaze and Jace got involved in this. By the way, I'm Yokishi, but you can call me Yoki. Yoki? Yoki? I'll keep you safe from now on. That explains because I was like, that's Razumi's house. However, Razumi doesn't have pink hair. She's so pretty! And important. But she's so pretty! Oh my god! You would get along so well with Ukuya, you have the same style! Yukichi pulled her hoodie back and released her long pink hair. It was so beautiful that it almost looked like a wig. Her grey eyes peered into mine as she smiled. I froze when I suddenly recalled where I had seen her before. She was one of the friends of my mother occasionally shared a cup of tea with. I'm pretty sure Mommy said Yuki was someone we could trust. Eventually, when I realized your corpse is missing. Eventually, when they realize your corpse is missing, people will start hunting you down. You can stay here as long as you need. In the meantime, I will try to relocate your brother. I'll try to locate your brother. Thank you, Yoki. In the following days, I was not allowed to take a single step outside. Yokishi's home was not as fanciful as I was used to, but at least there was a roof over my head. Sure, I have some food for you. She walked into the room carrying a grocery bag of snacks and delicious looking food. Wow, I have always wanted to try this, but Mommy and Daddy always said no. I'm sorry, you probably aren't used to such simple lifestyle, but I'm trying my best to make you comfortable. Grabbed a pre-packaged lemon bread from the top of the bag and eagerly dug in. After a few bites, however, I felt strange. What's wrong? Does it not suit your tastes? Oh no, it is really delicious. I bite into it again, trying to force it down my throat, but accidentally had a urge to throw up. It is good, so why do I need to? Akisha went through the trouble to get it for me. Pretend that I'm fine. Here, have some water. I took the bottle and drank the contents within seconds. I felt a lot better, although I was still hungry. What's your favorite dish? I may be able to buy it for you. But not really have one. Anything is fine. Showed the foods Yukishi had bought, but I could not get any of them down my throat. It was as if my body was rejecting them. I was overcome with openness when I bit uh, out the delicious meatball, and this would not go down properly. I could not pretend to be fine any longer. I'm guessing your body presently undergoing a transformation from human to living dead. You must need to eat something else. Sorry that I didn't notice it before. Um, what should I eat instead then? I'm not sure. Living dead usually eat human. meat and blood. Or maybe you should try those? Ew, no way. I was disgusted by the very idea, vehemently shaking my head. I will leave on water alone. If you say so. Just tell me if you ever change your mind. Why are you helping me so much anyway? Because I feel responsible for the deaths of your parents. Should have known better, but I didn't think the villagers were serious, or have too late to save them. As I said, helping you is my way of atoning for my mistakes. If that is the case, I really should have told Mommy and Daddy when I found those 13 notes. It was all my fault. No, they received many of those before. It wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe I should have died back there. Nora, don't say things like this, Dad. Your life is a gift. Don't throw it away when your parents would want you to live happily, unhappily. And I make sure to I'll make sure that happens. Akisha took my hands in hers and stared from into my eyes. Somehow my thoughts were instantly washed away. I spent my time in an empty room for the next week. Yukishi had a job to go to, so she could not watch over me the whole time. I had been away from home for a while, and I was curious about what had happened after I left. I missed Roy a lot, and could not help but wonder if he was safe. I fell asleep imagining the possibilities. When I opened my eyes once more, the room was dark, save for moonlight that shone through the window and onto the bed. Yukishi was not back yet, but I was really thirsty. Instead of waiting for her, I decided to get a cup myself. Coming into the darkness was not the best idea, but I could not find the light switch. This is annoying. Turning into a zombie gave me superpowers, like night vision. Maybe this would not be so bad. Suddenly, I tripped over something and fell flat on my face. Although it did not hurt, it was still unpleasant. Oh, I wish I had a candle. No? Yoki, is that you? Junora? I quickly raised up my fist to defend myself when I heard someone call my name. Who are you? I finally found you. A half-rotten face appeared in front of me. I fell onto the ground in shock, but tried to crawl away from the figure. Wait. Go away. I turned back. I realized the person was coming towards me. I was so scared that tears began to well up in my eyes. Help me, Yoki. I felt so weak after losing my family and everything I knew, but I ran around blindly until I came to a dead end. You can't escape now. A fair-looking person walked closer. When she stepped into the moonlight, I noticed her dirty, damaged clothes and hair so messy that it resembled a bird's nest. Yellow strands showing her face. The things she said before flashed through my mind, and I realized this person must be a zombie. How did you find me, and what do you want? You must help me. The woman crept forward, like a marionette-like movement. I had to avert my eyes. Don't come any closer. I cannot help you. I need the potion, and you must have it. I, I do not understand what you mean. Leave me alone. Help me. I want to leave again. Yes, I can smell it on you. I had not realized that she was so close, that she grabbed my arm and sunk her teeth into my flesh. The zombie smirked down at me with her lipless mouth. Despite my fear, I raised a fist and knocked her away from me. Her head rocked back and forth, as if attached to an invisible wire. a twinkling surprise, as the, this woman's weak was as, was this woman weak, or was I just strong? I was attacked again, but I dodged sloping movements and kicked at the zombie's leg, causing her to fall and fail. I need to eat more. My fear faded away as the adrenaline began to flow through me. I need to live again. You keep bothering me. I will ensure you'll never leave again. Oh, should look elsewhere then. There is another. With that, the woman stood up and walked away. I remained on guard until the sound of footsteps disappeared. And I guessed awoke as I stared at the deep red mark on my arm. It did not hurt, but it was itchy. Eating me will bring zombies back to life, huh? It is true that I drank the potion. That does not sound possible. There you are, General. Yakishi ran towards me with a worried expression. Weren't you in your room? But something happened to you. But the door was left wide open. I am fine. You're late and I was tired of waiting for you. Need something to drink. I pouted as I had my warm arm behind my back. Yakishi glanced around suspiciously. I worried that she had seen through me, but she never asked a question. I was sure she noticed something strange, but didn't go into the topic to prevent worrying me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Someone made a mistake at work, and it took me hours to make up for it. I promise I didn't forget about you. She took out a water bottle and a small paper bag, handing them to me. I quickly peeked into the bag, backing away when I saw its contents. What is it? Is this? A smuggled donation of the hospital in case you got hungry. I do not need it. I don't need to hold back. Whatever you do or become, I will always support you. No, I don't need your pity. You are only doing this out of guilt in the first place. I pursed my lips together, while my fists anxiously shook, and to regret my words. But instead of apologize, I ran away. I drew. I locked myself in my room and suppressed my tears. Not like I had become such a crybaby lately. I appreciate Yoki's kindness, but I don't want to accept this. As the time passed, I became tired, ignoring my hunger. I fell into a dreamless slumber. In the morning, I found myself sleeping on the floor, but I could not bring myself to care. Kishi was working at the hospital again, so I thought she would not notice if I snuck out for a few hours to enjoy the weekend. And I will end here because my voice is getting tired. My throat. Okay. I can go for Ani. She didn't start that long ago. So that's the red message for who is sub and for who isn't sub. So yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me today. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with Disney Dreamlight Valley. So yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me today. I really appreciate it. And see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.